What are the best modern Rolex watches at every price range? And that's market price, not retail price. Let me just be clear, this is subjective and this is my opinion. I'll be making the decisions based on what I like about the watch, personal attachment, and even potentially the investment opportunity with that watch as well. Best Rolex watch for under £5,000. Now, this is very difficult because 6 to 7 years ago, you could get a lot for under £5,000. I remember I bought a GMT Coke for 4.1 thousand back in 2015, but now there's just not a lot that you can get. I don't think you can buy a modern Rolex watch that's above a 36mm in case diameter for under £5,000, so I'm gonna have to go for a 34mm Blue Oyster Perpetual. Best Rolex watch for under £10,000. This is where we start to see watches that are actually quite hard to get at retail. So they're desirable watches and relatively they're still quite cheap, but like I said, desirable watches. Some honorable mentions are the Green Oyster Perpetual 41mm released in 2020, the Air King, and the Wimbledon Datejust with the smooth bezel. But I think the best watch at under £10,000 is the Explorer 2 Black Dial Reference 216570. Best Rolex watch for under £15,000. Now this is where the fun begins. This seems to be where a lot of the popular watches are sitting in price at the moment. You have full steel Yachtmasters, black Submariners, two-tone black Submariners, some Oyster Perpetuals, Explorer 2s, the Milgauss, and pretty much all of the Datejust models. Also, two massively underrated watches, both discontinued, but I would consider them as modern Rolexes, the black GMT and also the two-tone GMT, the yellow gold and steel. I absolutely love these watches, and for me, in terms of putting your money somewhere, I think it's a safe bet. But for me, the best watch for under £15,000 is the GMT Batgirl. Now, in 2013, when Rolex released the Batman, so on the Oyster bracelet, everybody went absolutely crazy for the bleu and noir bezel, the blue and black bezel. And when Rolex released the Jubilee bracelet on this 40mm case, everybody went absolutely nuts in 2019. And rightly so. It's a beautiful watch. And you know, that might sound like a basic answer, and that's because it's just true. For anybody wondering, this is a 2020 and it is under 15k. Best Rolex watch for under £20,000. This is the range in price where I believe most of the desirable Rolexes currently sit. For example, you have the GMT Batman, the GMT Root Beer, the two-tone Submariner, aka the Bluesy, and the Sky Dweller White Dial. I was actually very close to giving this one to the green sub, the Starbucks, the 126610 LV, but I didn't. I've actually given this to the Pepsi GMT on Jubilee bracelet. I say Pepsi on Jubilee bracelet, not Oyster, because when you actually wear the watch and look at the side profile of the GMT Pepsi, it looks right. It's slim enough to wear on the Jubilee bracelet versus if you were going to try and wear the Sky Dweller on a Jubilee bracelet. In my opinion, it doesn't work, but for the GMT, it does, and it works very well. I was actually in Baselworld in 2018 for the release of the GMT Pepsi, and the buzz in Switzerland for the 2 days that I was there was absolutely incredible, and it still gives me goosebumps even to think about it today. The best Rolex watch for under £25,000. Now, I know the pre-ceramic Daytonas are not considered modern Rolexes with the new ceramic Daytonas being released in recent years, but I had to include them because they are beautiful watches, and in terms of pricing, relative Rolex pricing, they're still priced quite well. Some other honorable mentions are the blue Sky Dweller on Oyster bracelet, the Yachtmaster 40 rose gold on the Oyster Flex strap, and also the two-tone Daytona white dial. But the best Rolex watch for under £25,000 is the Submariner Hulk. It has become an iconic Rolex watch, and interestingly, that only happened after years and years of neglect. Why is this the best Rolex watch for under 25k? Well, under natural sunlight, I don't think there's a better Rolex dial than this Hulk green color. I absolutely love it. And also the Hulk is a watch that most people have in their collection, and there are many reasons why that is. But in this case, to be honest with you, I like it the most because I own one and I'm completely attached to it. The best Rolex watch for under £30,000? Well, some of the new Rolex 2022 releases actually fit under this threshold of 30k. So you have the 42mm white gold Yachtmaster on the Oyster Flex strap, but a very good and important honorable mention here is the Black Dial Daytona. It was the first watch that I ever sold to start my business, and it is a watch that I will always look at very fondly. But the winner and the best watch under 30k for me is a new 2022 release. It's the GMT Sprite, the green and the black bezel. It's known as the left-hand drive watch because it's built for a left-handed person, but it's funny, it's more of a novel watch because 99.99% of people that wear that watch are not left-handed. In fact, they're probably right-handed. But practicality aside, it's a good-looking watch, and actually it's a very good investment because they're going for over 3 times the retail price. And I almost didn't give it to the Sprite because it trades way over retail, but if all of those watches were the same price, I would still pick that GMT Sprite. The best Rolex watch for under £50,000. Now again, for this section, I need to repeat, this is subjective and it's my opinion, so I am going to leave out some of the day dates in this price range, but I will come back to those a bit later on. Some of the honorable mentions under 50k are the white dial Daytona, which is a lot of people's grail watch, the full rose GMT, which actually dropped a lot in price in the last 4 or 5 months. That almost went over 50k, and now it's come way back into the 30s. Also, some rose gold Daytonas are squeezing under 50k, and also the white gold Daytona on the Oyster Flex strap. That is also a very nice watch. I was actually very close to giving this one to the full white gold Submariner with the blue bezel, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give this to the rose gold Daytona on the Oyster Flex strap with the chocolate dial. That for me is the best watch for under £50,000. And the reason for that is because the black bezel and the black subdials on that watch pop so well. I just think aesthetically it's a beautiful watch to look at. And actually, do you know what? We've got to give some credit to the Oyster Flex strap, because what Rolex have done with that strap in terms of how comfortable it is and actually making it look good as well. I never thought I would say that I like a watch that is not on a metal strap. That is the best watch for under 50k in my opinion. The best Rolex watch for under £100,000. Now, we have entered fun coupon territory here. In the lineup, we have 5 options. We have the Platinum Day-Date smooth bezel, the yellow gold Daytona green dial, the white gold GMT with the meteorite dial, the white gold Day-Date 40 with the meteorite dial, and lastly, the new yellow gold Day-Date with the new green tone dial. Okay, I think the best Rolex watch for under £100,000 is the Platinum Day-Date, specifically with the ice blue diagonal motif index dial. I think that is a fantastic watch. A few reasons for this. I absolutely love the presidential bracelet, and to have it on platinum and to feel the heft of that watch is quite something. And also, this is an interesting one. So with any other smooth bezel Rolex watch, I probably wouldn't like it that much. But because this Platinum Day-Date has a smooth bezel, I like it. And the reason for that is, back in the day, Rolex were unable to produce a fluted bezel using the precious metal of platinum. And it's actually only this year, in 2022, that Rolex have been able to produce and release a platinum watch, Platinum Day-Date, with the fluted bezel. So every time I would see that watch out in public, which wasn't very often, I would know straight away that that watch was platinum, and a lot of other people might have thought that was steel or white gold, but the smooth bezel told me that it was platinum, and I like that. The best Rolex watch for under £200,000. Now, we have entered the I have a silly amount of money territory. More platinum. I have to talk about the Platinum Daytonas. Now, interestingly, there are 5 different variations of the Platinum Daytona. You have the standard dial, the diamond dial, the Arabic dial, the Pavé dial, and also the Pavé dial with diamond bezel. Beautiful watches, and they are more than an honorable mention. On the same theme, you also have a Platinum Day-Date with the Arabic dial as well, and also some GMT Sarus, full precious metal, sapphire ruby around the bezel. Nice watch, not cheap. But the winner, and guaranteed a very, very unpopular choice here, is the Yachtmaster 40 rainbow bezel. Now, you can get this watch with a Pavé dial or just a standard black dial, but I'm going to give the best Rolex watch under £200,000 to the Yachtmaster 40 rainbow with the black dial. And I know that's an unpopular choice. The reason for that being the best watch is because I like it. It's quite unique. It's colorful, and I like it. It's different, and I like it, and I want it. They're the only reasons you need here. The best Rolex watch for over £200,000. Now we've entered monopoly money territory. Some options here: the Eye of the Tiger, white gold or yellow gold, a ruby Day-Date, a rainbow Daytona, full precious metal, the GMT Master 2 covered in diamonds from head to toe, an emerald day date that Marky Mark has worn quite a few times. It's a very hard category to choose from because I've never actually seen the watch in person and therefore I've never held one. But I think to choose a winner of this, I have to think about myself retired, lying on the beach, sipping a margarita. What would I want to look at on my wrist to check the time so I don't miss my back massage at 2 p.m? I think I would quite like to look at a full yellow gold orange sapphire Daytona. Yeah, I quite like the sound of that. Again, it's subjective. Will I have missed some watches? Yes, most definitely. But these are the ones that I wanted to include. If you disagree with anything that I've said, you're allowed to pass that judgment. If you want to go ahead and comment what you think that you agree with or disagree with in the comment section, please do comment away. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. Subscribe for more videos in the future. I will see you very soon. Much love. Bye-bye.